So, you've been hearing about performativity. You've got the matcha in one hand, you've got the feminine energy book in the other hand, and you're thinking, how do I take this to anime? Well, my friends, there are a number of levels that you may need to... What am I saying? There are a number of levels that you may need to go through before you can achieve true performativity or enlightenment, right? Think of this somewhat similar to, like the Buddhist stages of enlightenment, right? But instead of enlightenment, you're just becoming genuinely a worse person. You're just using lies and deceit to get women. But, that's besides the point. If this is something that you would like to endeavor upon, then this is the video for you. So like I said, there are multiple levels to this shit. How do you start off? Well, with level 1. As a level 1 beginner performative anime man, you may be thinking, oh, damn. Like, I don't have the depth of knowledge to be able to pull out some of the more performative picks. Well, you see, we've all got to start somewhere. Either you just haven't watched that much anime and you're just into anime fans, or perhaps you're just getting into anime and you just haven't delved deep enough into the niche category that is shoujo for yourself. And so, how do you perform? What do you even do at that point? Well, you go with my number 1 pick for the beginner performative anime fan, and that is Death Note. Speak about Death Note. You're like, you know what? Death Note, it's just cool. But you don't talk about it being cool in a serial killer school shooter kind of way. That's like, oh yeah, it's cool because I want to be like Yagami. It's more cool because L is hot. You see, Death Note holds a very, very interesting space in the anime scene. It is loved by all, loved by many, and that includes women. And you see, the truth is, nobody wants to hear you talk about One Piece for its entire runtime, okay? Nobody wants to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Girls definitely don't want to hear that. But they do like Death Note. And, you never know. Maybe that'll work for you. Alternatively, you could just go for shared interests. Hey, whatever's popular at the time. Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm going to use that as a very good example. You think that us guys love Jujutsu Kaisen as much as everyone else, right? And we're the biggest fans. You're wrong, okay? You're dead wrong. Have a look at Twitter. I rest my case. That's kind of the short end of the recap for level 1. There isn't really much to it. You kind of just have to begin performing. This is the equivalent of you're not quite ready for the iced matcha latte. You're kind of just dipping your toes into the frappuccino. That's what this is. But what happens when you get to level 2? You've done that enough. Now it's time to really step up the game. Level 2 performativity, and this is where the true performance begins. At this point, you're still not ready to start watching some shoujo, but perhaps you've watched sports anime. We don't ever think of them as being a women targeting or girl targeting genre of anime, but the truth is, girls like this shit more than we do. Why? Because it's gay as hell. I really want you to sit there and think for a second about your favorite sports anime. Mine is Kuroko no Basket. As cool as it is, I'm watching it because Miruma's making threes. Okay, that's just sick. Kagami's dunking and then like breaking doors down with the dunks. That's sick. Kuroko's making phantom passes. Cool as hell. You know what's going on while all of that is happening? Homoeroticism. Now, of course, if you're a viewer of mine and you are part of the LGBT community, you are of course welcome here. We love and appreciate all of you. But if you are a straight male, which I assume you are if you're watching this video, you're thinking, what the hell, dude? What the hell are you talking about? Homoerotic? Kuroko's not homoerotic. I really want you to think about the subtext under which this is happening. Do we ever see these guys interact with other men? No. What happens when Kuroko comes across the really busty girl who really has a crush on him and wants to spend time with him at all times? He pushes her away and would rather spend time with his dog. Who would he rather spend time with than his dog? His man friends. Again, I rest my case. And boy love is not really shonen, right? Boy love is not really what we go for as straight men. It's not really a number 1 genre pick. But girls, they love them some boy love. And this is where we hold hands, okay? That's where we hold hands, baby. Sports anime, it's what brings boys and girls together. It's what brings all walks of life together. Because no matter what you love in anime, whether that be boy love, whether that be cool storylines, whether that be cool sick animation, not talking to you, Blue Lock, you fucking suck. You let me down. You let everyone down. Except for the boy love fans, because boy, season 2 was gay as hell. Anyway, that's where level 2 can come into play, okay? If you are a sports anime fan, maybe you can start using this to your advantage, being more performative. You could be like, hey, Kuroko no Basket. I really loved it. I thought it was sick. It was super hype, some super hype moments by Kuroko and Kagami, am I right? That's probably not even the number 1 ship. I imagine it's It's probably Kuroko and Kise, but you get my point. You've done that part. You've started sliding in the cheeky jokes here and there. You've started looking into boy love ships and sports anime, and now you've watched enough and you're ready to take on the matcha. You're ready to take on the feminine energy book. You're ready to stand there at Anime Expo or Comic Con like this. You're ready for level 3. And this is the level that I like to call the actor. If you are an actor, these are the picks that you need to go for. Nana, number 1. Apothecary Diaries, number 2. Number 2, Apothecary Diaries, I'm telling you, 100% pick rate. That is the number 1 meta right now. Don't let anyone tell you it's Nana. Don't let anyone tell you it's Nana, okay? And Nana is too performative. It is like Ice Matcha Latte. I want you to really think about this for a second. Ice Matcha Latte. If a girl sees you carrying an Ice Matcha Latte and it's full and you're not really sipping it, you know what I mean? You're very clearly not into the drink. You're just holding it for the sake of it. You may be acting, but you're acting like Gal Gadot. You're acting like Jared Leto. But if they see you with the Blank Street coffee and it's down to here, you know, the only little sliver of green left is there, right? And you're holding it and you're about to go chuck it in the recycling bin. Oscar winning, baby. Oscar winning. That's Apothecary Diaries, okay? That's real knowledge. That's real knowledge. I spoke to my friend about this the other day, and what he had to say was, Apothecary Diaries is a very good pick, because I made a short about this, because Apothecary Diaries fucking sucks. And I had to tell him, you might think it sucks, but that's why it's performative, because it's winning awards, right? It's not actually winning awards. It actually got snubbed the anime awards, as far as I remember. I don't actually know. Me, the editor in post, please tell me, what did it get? But that's besides the point. You see, Nana is tried and tested and proven, and yes, girls do love Nana, but guys also do love Nana. Nana's an amazing show, but everyone knows that that's the method, right? In the same way that Matcha Latte, everyone knows that's the method. If everyone knows something, then it's not working anymore, is it? Okay? Because everyone's gonna know that you're fucking lying. Apothecary Diaries, though, they're not tapped in yet, so you need to tap in. Try it next time you're at an anime exposition. Next time you're at an anime convention. Imagine this: you're standing in a crowded room. Across the convention hall, you can see a lovely lady in a Nami cosplay. And you're going to go walk up to her and you're going to try and introduce yourself because you are smitten and all you want to do is profess your love. Now, you might be thinking, over there, she's in her Nami cosplay. This is my time to shine. I'm going to give her all of the niche facts about Oda. Don't do that, because that will fucking scare her. She will start to run away, and knowing you, your impulse is going to be to chase her. That is incorrect. That's the wrong impulse. That is creepy. But what do you do, perhaps, if you go up to her and you say, oh, hey, I like your cosplay. Oh, yeah, it's pretty good. Also, what are you watching at the moment? Oh, I'm watching Apothecary Diaries. You ever heard of it? And then you, knowing what Apothecary Diaries is, because you're tapped into this video, are like, oh, it's fair game, baby. You're rubbing your hands in excitement and you know it's time to go. That's the position that you want to be in, right? This almost method acting, Oscar award winning performativity. That's what that is.
But you said there's a level 4. How could you be better than an Oscar award-winning actor?
You see, the tricky thing with performativity is it's actually a very bad thing. It's actually lying and deceitful. And you shouldn't strive to be lying nor deceitful. So what happens if you've done all of these things and then suddenly you start to like them yourself and identify with them? I'm going to tell you a little story. Once upon a time, and if she's seeing this for the first time, well, that'd be very embarrassing. But once upon a time, I had a crush on a girl, and you know, we were talking about our mutual interests and things like that. And we found out that, I found out that we had very little in common. But she was a very big K-pop fan. I didn't give a fuck about K-pop, but she was a BTS fan, and this was back in 2015. So I started listening to K-pop. And, you know, BTS are cool and all. You know, they're not my favorite group. But over time, I kind of just kept listening to K-pop. And now I've gone to see Espa live, right? Now, I haven't spoken to this girl in many a year, but I still listen to K-pop. Would it be performative of me to whip out my K-pop knowledge should a girl that likes K-pop introduce herself to me? No, because it's identifying. I truly embody that individual now. So what happens if you start to actually enjoy the anime that you are talking about? I want you to think about that for a second. You see, performativity isn't something we should strive to do. Performativity is something that you should use to broaden your horizons. I want you to think about that, right? Don't just hold the matcha iced latte because you want to hold the matcha iced latte in hopes that a girl will see it. Maybe you should be holding the iced matcha latte so you could try it and find the new drink that you enjoy. Shouldn't we all want to just enjoy things? It doesn't matter if the label is shoujo or shonen or whatever the fuck. You should just be enjoying things because you enjoy them. Whether that be fucking Apothecary Diaries, I don't know what the fuck Apothecary Diaries is even about. But if that's what you like, all power to you. And I love and appreciate you either way. That's what we should be striving to do. Okay? Fuck lying. Fuck acting. Fuck being performative. We should just be true. Now, I know damn well that some of you aren't going to listen to that and you're going to continue to lie anyway. And if that's the case, well, just stick with level 3. But if you are at level 4, congratulations, you're a more enlightened man than me. Because, well and truly, shoujo's just not for me. Okay, I don't know, does Your Lie in April count? If it does, I've got hot takes about that show. I think it's actually kind of sucky. I guess Himoto-chan, does that count? Does that count? I feel like Himoto-chan doesn't count. I don't think I've ever watched a shoujo. Well, to be fair, my girlfriend's favorite anime is it's 7 Deadly Sins. So, yeah.